G'day and welcome to Wine Week. I'm Danny.
And I'm Brad.
And you're not kicking us off with wine this week.
No, we're going to kick off with a book. Now, we've had a look at a couple of books before, but they've been James Halliday's Wine Companion. We thought we'd have a look at a different book. This is the Big Red Wine book, and in our opinion, this is probably the next best Aussie wine book going out there at the moment. It's done by Campbell Mattinson and Gary Walsh from the Wine Front. And look, this one, it only focuses on red wines. And by doing that, they can pick your price points and show you some really good value wines. In fact, up the front of the book, probably one of the highlights is a top 100 list of wines under $20 a bottle. And it is amazing the value at the moment with Aussie red wines in that price point. So look, this comes in at $25. Spend that and it'll save you money over the long haul.
Yeah, and not only does it have some great tips, great pointers in there for great wines, the writing is absolutely top-notch. I've talked about Campbell before with his Why the French Hate Us book, but at the same time, when he reviews wines, as a reviewer, there's no wankery in it. It's straight out and out, brilliant writing, love what he does.
Yeah, and now that he's teamed up with Gary as well, they can actually put more notes in there and really start to flesh it out too.
Yeah, exactly. Now, speaking of great value, the Tahbilk Cab Sav. Now, we've looked at this before. We looked at the 03. Now, part of the reason we picked this to do is because it's one of the wines in this book that they've pointed out as being awesome value. Now, that was when it was $18 as RRP. We picked this up for around about $14. Now, 5 stars from this for $18 for this wine. You know, you can imagine what sort of value you're getting at $14 odd. It's a cracker. Year after year, Tahbilk just churn out brilliant stuff. 150 odd years of history as a winery. They really know what they're doing, so make sure you hop into that one.
Yeah, look, it really is, and it's already got a bit of bottle age too, being an 05, so fantastic value. Looking at another one which is great value, and this is the Thorn-Clarke Shotfire Shiraz. Now, you might recall we've had a look at the Thorn-Clarke Shotfire Cortage before, which is the Bordeaux blend with mainly Cabernet in that. But this one is the Shiraz, and as we know, Barossa Valley, more well known for its Shiraz. And these guys here have really hit the nail on the head with their 2007 vintage. Again, look, the retail for this is around the $20 mark. You do see it discounted at maybe a few dollars less than that. Realistically, this could match it with wines double that. This is a $40 wine dressed up in a $20 bottle. And look, it's built for the long haul too. It's got the structure there and the right tannins to make sure if you lay it down, you'll get 5-10 years out of it, no worries. So Thorn-Clarke have really done a good job here.
Yeah, that sounds like a bit of a treat. Now, speaking of a bit of a treat, some people have been contacted by us now for being the winners of tickets to the Good Food and Wine Show.
That's right. We managed to get quite a few passes in the end. We started with a couple of double passes and then we had a few more. So we fired off some notifications to the winners, so well done, and we look forward to seeing you on the weekend.
Yes, but if you weren't in Melbourne, you're probably feeling a little left out. Well, don't feel unloved, because we're going to have tickets to give away to the other capital cities as the show dots its way around Australia.
Yeah, so look, if you weren't in Melbourne and felt a bit left out, don't worry, we'll look after you as the year goes along.
Yeah, so we're going to have fun this weekend, but you make sure, whatever you're doing, if you're coming to the show, if you're not, have a great weekend, and we'll see you all again next week.
See you next week.